Hey everybody, this is David Skrika, Prophet from Pessimism, Monday the 28th. So we'll start doing a few more of these right now. Sorry I didn't do a lot of updates last week. I just was very busy with the book coming out and I did 3 or 4 podcast interviews, et cetera, et cetera. So, and I had some other things to do. So I put out a members update. We're being quite active in our trading and our trading vlog. So I'll have the trading vlog updated probably Wednesday. Tuesday or Wednesday, and then we'll have another members update later this week as well. So we're going to quickly look at here. So today I'm going to talk a little bit about the, no, I know that's a gold silver issue, but we're just going to talk a little bit about market sentiment today. So, because what I want to show you today, which is very interesting, is sentiment is still quite poor, even with this recent rally. Now, there was another rally last week. Markets these sentiment indicators are taken, I think, on Fridays and then are released on like Tuesday, Wednesday, the following week. So that, you can see the market was up 4% last week. So this probably changed a bit, but you can see again, we had another week of 50% bears to 26% bulls. So like, we're under here, and you can see for most of here back in the spring to the fall, we were like that in 2022 during that bear market. And anyone who kind of averaged in during that period did very well over the next 2 years. And of course, you can see the same thing after COVID. The sentiment was actually still pretty negative. The old wall of worries, they say. So you can see that here. So I don't know if we'll go to a new high. I don't know if we'll just the 5,800, which is resistance, we'll mark there. We go back to 6,000 and fail. I don't know, but I can tell you that I do think this is going to last a little bit longer because of the negative sentiment. So, and this is another interesting chart here. This is a group of funds called the right asset funds. And what you can see here is that these funds are seeing this big spike in the amount in the bear fund. So they have money market funds, bull funds, bear funds. So this ratio takes the bear funds plus the money market funds, which is kind of defensive assets, and divides it by the bull assets, right? And right now it's still like 22 cents. So there's still 4 times as much money, 4 to 5 times as much money in the bull assets. But you can see it was like 0.06 late last year. And you can see it got to about 0.37 at the bottom of that bear market in 2022. But what's interesting is it still continued to decline. You're seeing this big spike in the bear assets happened last week. So we're seeing more people move into hedging, shorting, etc., even as the market goes higher. So again, I think short term, this was the, that was the retest. So if we go again and look at the VIX, the VIX gets very rarely. And of course, when the VIX got here last December, to over 60, you can see the market had a great rally. Like we put the S&P quickly, there was a spike in VIX here to 60, and you can see the move afterwards. So again, I'm not saying we're going to new highs or something, but I definitely think we're going to work this off. And I'd like to see the VIX get into the late teens before I even think about shorting. And even then, I think it would have to like sit in the late teens for a number of weeks or something. So I still think we have a little ways to go. The sentiment's still there. People are still worried over the tariffs. I think what you're going to see is some very generic small time deals that Trump will do a victory lap over. And that will kind of relieve the market right now. It does look like China and US are still kind of both digging in, but I think the rest of the world, you're going to see some things happen in the next few weeks, and the market again will continue to relief rally on that. So again, this is just the free video, so not much else to say today except for sentiment got very extreme. It's still pretty negative, even with this market bounce, and I think that's why the bounce can go on for a little. I added some more turnaround positions, some of the maximum pessimism plays in my newsletter with stop losses, and we'll see how they'll go in the coming weeks. So everybody take care and have a great week. Oh, and another thing I got to say is Leeds. Of course, Leeds United promoted back to the Premier League.